Is this the first time you've worked with Ice Cube?
Ice Cube, yes. Yeah, he doesn't do features, let alone with, Chicanos or Mexicans. It's a first time thing, and it's a big deal for me, big deal for the culture, and it's gonna be something nice for both sides. So I hope when it comes out, it it makes an impact on unity, not just with rappers, but the Black and Brown movement.
Thomas Berryman TV, MC Wicks. You are now rocking with the greatest. Worldwide universal, we kick game, drop gems. Knowledge expand the brain. We don't speak no lie, this all factual. Travel through sound waves, international. My aura is shining, but that's natural. From the cosmos, supernatural, extraterrestrial with the ill flow. Too high, too elevated. Art and culture is beautiful, we gon' celebrate it. Documented this history in the making. Connecting with the rest of the planet through conversation. Building from the ground up, this the foundation. Through the power of thought manifestation. Gift the gap, champion rap, greatness. Timeless like hieroglyphs. Who would've ever pictured this? Blow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special guest. We've got a rap legend, icon, Mr. Shadow. Please welcome him. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Oh, thank you for having me, man.
Now, I want to start off, obviously, from the start, where you grew up. I know you're from San Diego, but what was it
Yeah.
like growing up there, and how did you first get into music?
I mean, growing up in San Diego, it's a beautiful city. Uh, my neighborhood was just like any other neighborhood in the hood, except I think mine was a little bit more special because it was Sicilians and Mexicans that made up my neighborhood. It wasn't just your usual, you know, Hispanic, Mexican, Chicano neighborhood. It was Sicilians and Mexicans, so it was special. You learn a little more things from from different cultures, and you know, it was good. It was good, and grew up there with my fellow big homie Night Owl, rest in peace, and he's also a rap legend that came out of San Diego, and I looked up to what he was doing because he would do raps for the neighborhood, and I just liked it. And once I turned a teenager, I took it serious, and now it is what it is.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And obviously, one of my favorite songs of yours is "Till I Die."
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
How,
that was the very first song I recorded.
wow. I heard you were 16 when you made that. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was 16 when I made that record.
What was the process of that? That's one of the greatest records of all time, man. To 16, that's wow.
Well, it the crazy part is that I had never wrote a professional song until that day that I told my producer Steve Vicious to remake More Bounce to the Ounce by Zapp and Roger. I told him flip it like I've never heard it before. So he gave me that beat, and it just brought something out of me that became that song. And to this day, that's one of my biggest songs.
Did you know when you were making it that you had something special there?
Nah, that song was the make or break, if you will. I told myself and my business partner that if the reaction was a good reaction, then we would go move forward and make a whole album. The day I recorded it, I felt so good about it is when I drove to the radio station and they played it on the radio. And then the program director put me on tour with Lighter Shade of Brown just off of that one song. So the rest is history.
That's incredible. And what was the reaction from, I guess, your neighborhood once that came out?
Oh man, it was not just my neighborhood, but the whole city in general. It was an anthem that we never had. So it was like a breath of fresh air, and now somebody had something to play to represent the city, and everybody was loving it, so it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. I got to tell you one song I've had on repeat. It's a newer song, but in recent years, it's Vato Loco with Cocaine, Mr. Little One. Man, that is wow. I love your verse on there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, you could probably tell them the difference. I was 268 pounds in that video,
Yeah,
and now I'm 191. So I lost 73 pounds, but not to get off subject, it's just something that I'm proud of. And when I look back at that video, I'm like, oh man, I should have been in better shape. But it is what it is. The song is a banger. Like you said, it's Cocaine, super, super legend from NWA. And my bro, Mr. Little One, and my cousin Finis. Uh, yeah, so it was actually a Mr. Little One and Finis song featuring me and Cocaine. So um, yeah, the video was dope and everybody did their thing.
for sure. It's definitely a banger. Just shout out to Uncle Coca. Cocaine, he's a legend. I love him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's still doing it, man. So yeah, he's known around the world.
Yeah, definitely. Which I want to, I know we're talking about the past, but I want to jump forward a little bit just because I'm so excited about an upcoming album coming out. And Uncle
Yeah,
Cocaine's going to be on that. Be Real and Ice Cube. Can you talk about it?
yeah, yeah. So I never really had a comeback album. The last album I was gonna call my comeback album was in 2012, which was all about me, but it never got the promotion and the marketing that it deserved. So a lot of people don't even know about that album. Um, but fast forward to now, you know, um, it took a team to put it together. It's something I'm super proud of. The title of it is called "I'm Done, Bring It Back." Uh, what I'm referring to in the title is I'm done with all this, no talent music that's coming out and tired of all the beats sounding the same. And I want to bring it back to the original West Coast sound, which is what I'm doing on this album. And like you mentioned, I have features from Ice Cube. I have two features. So Cocaine is on two songs, one of them being the one with Ice Cube. So it's Cocaine, Ice Cube, and myself, produced by Dr. Evo and Nocturne. And then I have another song produced by Dr. Evo where I got Be Real on the song and he's doing the hook on that song. And then I have Cocaine on another song called Real Things. That's just me and him by ourselves. The only other feature I have on my album is my cousin Finis, super dope artist from San Diego, up and coming. He just did a song with Obi Trice, which is ridiculous, man. I can't wait till you guys hear that. But yeah, this album is set to drop hopefully by end of May, beginning of June. That's what we're shooting for. For all the latest info, you can go to my website, mrshadow.com. That's mrshadow.com. We're going to put a pre-order link on there for everybody who wants to pre-order it. They'll get a signed autograph copy. They'll get a free poster. They'll be some of the first to have it. So I'll be posting updates and as we get closer to the release date, you'll see me posting it. And there's gonna be hard copies and there's gonna be vinyl. I'm doing that for all my collecting people that collect my albums because every time I do a show, there's two or three people that pull up with binders, literally of all my records, and I sign every single one of them. And I just want to give them something else to add to their collection.
That's incredible. I love that you're about your fans, and that's cool, man. There's not
Yeah,
many
yeah.
people like that.
Now, well, you got to think about it, man. If you honestly think about it, without the fans, you're nothing. because they're the ones that help you grow, help you expand. And so yeah, I always make sure that I listen to what the people want and make sure I give them thanks for giving me 3 decades of making music and supporting my music, so I'm doing it for them. Yeah, man, it's a dope record.
Yeah, I'll be pre-ordering it for sure. I can't wait.
Ooh,
Is this the first time you've worked with Ice Cube?
Ice Cube, yes. Yeah, he doesn't do features, let alone with, Chicanos or Mexicans. It's a first time thing, and it's a big deal for me, big deal for the culture. It's gonna be something nice for both sides, So I hope when it comes out, it it makes an impact on unity, not just with rappers, but the Black and Brown movement. Yeah, man, it's a dope record, and it's everybody did their thing, took their time, and made the song a good addition to the album.
Yeah, that's cool. Like how you said, he doesn't do features. How did you manage to get him on board? That's pretty cool.
That was something that my big bro Kokane hooked up. He put the word in and got in contact, and Ice Cube's people, my homie JD from the Lynch Mob, shout out to him and Cocaine. Um, you know, they held they just made everything go smooth, and we got the record. Now we're just waiting to do the video.
That's awesome. And one thing I've been doing is I've been putting a question into AI, like a new thing I've been doing in my interviews, and see what that spits out. And I've got
Yeah.
a question for you, Mr. Shadow. Over the years, you've worked with some major figures in the game. Is there anyone you still want to collaborate with that you haven't?
I guess that there's only one or two people because I pretty much did something with everybody from the West Coast that I liked, from Corrupt, Daz, Corrupt's brother Roscoe, Sugar Free. I think I would want to do a song with Scarface. Scarface is super dope. Yeah, man, it'd be dope to do a song with Nas, you know. Yeah, man, but for the most part, I think I did a song with everybody I wanted to do a song with.
Yeah, I
And
love this.
and of
Love
course
that.
of course Tupac ain't here, but who wouldn't want to do a song with Pac, right?
Yeah, for sure. You and Pac on the record would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I love the track you did with Daz, Sound of My Heater too. That one's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, man, it's I mean, I guess I left Snoop out. I would love to do a song with Snoop. Uh, and not that I'm not going to. I never thought I was gonna do a song with Ice Cube.
Yeah,
So, you know, I
yeah.
swung for the fence and it came through. So you never know.
I think
Maybe
it'd
on my
be
next,
yeah,
maybe on my next record, you'll see Dre and Snoop,
sure. They'd be lucky to
Exhibit.
work with you. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You and Exhibit
that'd
would
be
be
dope.
awesome.
Yeah, man, it'll be a good record.
What's been the hardest part of your music journey so far, and how did you overcome it?
Well, I think the hardest part was having two strokes because it took me out the game. The first one, it took me out the game for, man, like 4 years. And the second one took me out for 1 year. But just getting back to my normal self and overcoming that, I think was the biggest obstacle as far as being in the way of me making music and being myself.
What's been? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm glad that you got through that. That's pretty crazy, and yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
happy you're here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just, and they both happened in my sleep, and I've never done hard drugs. It's always just been weed and I don't even drink alcohol. Um, So yeah, man, it's just a blessing that I'm here, and I thank God that you know he got me back to myself.
Um, and like, I want to go to you mentioned before the weight you've lost, man. You're looking healthier. Like, how you feeling,
Yeah,
and how did that come about?
uh, I'm feeling amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it just came to a point where I was tired of feeling the way I did, um, from the stupidest little things like tying my shoes was an issue. Like I was out of breath doing it, and I'd be breathing and I'd be wheezing, and uh, it was just a lot of things that I didn't like how I felt. And I started fasting. And I'm still fasting. I fast. I skip breakfast. I eat from 11 to 7. I drink at least about a gallon of water uh, every single day, and that's it, man. You know, and it's worked. I've lost 73 pounds, and I think I'm gonna go up another 7 pounds and 7 to 10 pounds, and then once I'm down to about 185, I'm gonna start, gaining muscle weight. So
Man, that's incredible. I'm glad you've done that. That's cool. I did a 72-hour fast recently, and it was, man, the benefits was incredible.
yeah, yeah, it's not easy, bro. It's not easy at the beginning. It's since you're used to eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and so once my body got used to it, I just started feeling better and moving faster and going upstairs and not getting winded and just feeling good. So yeah,
We covered what was the hardest part. What's been the best part of your journey so far?
just being able to, go out with the family and not be lazy about it, and be able to walk through SeaWorld or Disneyland or whatever place we go to, before I would get winded walking through the airport or walking on stage, because when you're on stage, it's like exercise, bro. You're walking from one side to the other, you're talking, you're singing, and it's like going to the gym. And I would get winded. At times, I felt like I was gonna, collapse because I couldn't breathe, and that was horrible, bro. And sometimes I travel alone, like literally by myself. And there was a couple times where I was in my room and I couldn't take deep breaths, and yeah, man. So it's just a great thing all around, because at least I can. Before I would have to go on the airplane and take like an extra little fan for myself because I couldn't breathe. I felt claustrophobic in places, and it was crazy, man, just to think how I was living like that.
I'm
So
glad you're getting healthy, bro. Yeah, you're looking good. I
thank
think
you.
you're on the right track. I can't wait for the album. Like I said, another
Yeah,
question I got, I always ask everyone, what advice would you give to someone just starting out?
be authentic. Be authentic. Be yourself. Don't worry about whatever uh, and whoever is doing what. Just do you. Um, I think that's one of the things that uh, gave me this longevity of still being relevant 30 years later, because I always did me. I never wanted to sound like anybody else. You know, uh, I never did what anybody else was doing. Uh, I always just did shadow, and the people appreciate it because that's what they like about me is that I'm me. So yeah, just be yourself and don't try to ride that wave. Don't try to, you know, nothing. Just be yourself, man, and I think that'll go a long way.
Yeah, definitely. That's great advice. I appreciate that. And it's like, I love all your music, and you're so hard to research too, because you're another person who's been in the game so long. You got such a huge body of work, and then
Yeah,
on top of that, mixtapes, features. And it's incredible. I think You really
Yeah.
deserve all the recognition.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you, man. And it's crazy because and you can Google this. I'm one of the West Coast most featured Mexican on the West Coast, just like Kokane is the most featured artist in the world. I'm the most featured artist on the West Coast. It's and that's pretty crazy because, to think about all the people that are out there and to be labeled the most featured Mexican. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I I gotta say another song I love of yours is with Mr. Little One. I think it's Static.
Oh
And,
yeah.
how did that
Yeah,
happen?
yeah. Yeah, well, me and Uno, man, every time we get in the studio together, it's like peanut butter and jelly, like he says. You know, he brings a certain element, and I bring another kind of element, and it just meshes together. He has a high pitched voice. I have a lower tone voice. Um, his delivery is dope. I bring my delivery, and again, it just meshes good together, and we always make dope ass music when we get together. So yeah, man, the chemistry is just there. My bro is one of the dopest, artists that there is, and like I said, every time we collaborate, it's crazy.
Yeah, whenever I hear a song with you two, it's awesome. I love when you just work so well together. You got your lyrics in there, I reign supreme and bring extreme
Yeah,
measures, man. You always got good bars.
yeah. We never compete against each other.
Yep.
We just vibe, and we'll get a beat. We'll be like, hey, we'll start messing around with hooks, and then we get something catchy going, and we just vibe. The vibe is there, and we vibe off each other. It's cool, man.
Yeah, I really love it. I love the style you got together.
Yeah, yeah, we
And
got a lot of them.
oh yeah, I'm gonna start checking out your cousin, Finis.
Yeah, Finis, Finis.
He had the
He's
third
dope.
verse on Fato Loco, is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
had a
he
third
killed
verse.
it on there.
Yeah, yeah, he did his thing, man. And like I said, the song he did with Obi Trice is crazy.
Yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure.
Yeah, cool.
And I want to ask, how'd you get the name Mr. Shadow?
So Shadow's my neighborhood name. That's because I was one of the darkest. Uh, but the program director from Jamming Z90, the station that played my my song Till I Die, um, she's the one that put the Mister in front of my name. So she's the one that gave me the Mr. Shadow name, and it just sounded good, so I stuck with it.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Is there any producers that you haven't worked with that like are on your
Oh,
bucket list?
yeah. There's a homie. He goes by the name of Hallway that I would like to work with. I would like to work with. Man, I have his face right here. I can't think of the name, bro. He produced. Oh, Fred Reck. Fred, where I would love to work with Fred Reck, um, Battle Cat. Of course, I would love to work with Dre. And even though DJ Quick doesn't mess with a lot of people, I would love to do a record with Quick. Yeah. Uh,
I'd love to see
you
that
know,
too.
there's Rock Wilder from the East Coast. There's Swiss Beats. I just I like variety in my beats, so you know I I think that's the list though
Yeah,
that I would
yes,
try to work with.
that's a great list
Yeah.
as well. You and Battle Cat would be incredible.
Oh, and Scoop DeVille, man, Kid Frost's son. Scoop DeVille is incredible, man. That kid, so talented.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. I love the collab you did with Sugar Free as well. I love especially
Yeah.
Pimps R Us. That's so fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, that song is crazy, man. Sugar Free is just so dope and so full of life and so creative. that it's fun working with him. I have about three or four songs with him. Uh, since my Pit Boston album and other collaborations that I've done with him.
Yeah, it's just I was so excited when I come across that too because I love Sugar Free as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm
he's dope.
definitely you're one of my favorite artists now. I've just been listening to you all the time, so it's
Thank you. Yeah,
cool to talk to you.
oh, cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
I want to ask, what's the most fun you've had working on either a song or an album where it doesn't have to be your biggest one or whatever, but just the most fun you've had.
Well, Till I Die, it definitely was fun because it was the first project. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was I was just making music.
Yeah,
I was just making music, but that one definitely was fun making. For the most part, I enjoy making music, so it was fun making all of them. But ones that stood out was probably like All About Me, Pit Boss, and The Streets Are Calling. Those are probably the top three albums that I like working.
yeah,
That I had fun. I could say I had fun, and that I can remember because I have so many damn records that
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I bought the albums on iTunes again, and so I love, I'm gonna buy definitely the new album when it comes out. One of my favorite songs, of yours, is "Smoker's Groove" too. That's
Oh
dope.
man, yeah, that was the one time that I flipped an oldie.
Yeah,
Uh, I forgot who suggested it. I think it was my homeboy Hitman. Um, because the original song is dope, and he said, "Hey, we should flip this one," and so we did, and I made it about smoking weed.
do you use a lot of the same producers, or do you always change it?
For the most part, for the beginning of my career, for like the first 4 to 5 albums, I used Steve Vicious. Um, he produced Till I Die, the whole album. I tend to use different producers for different projects because I like my sound to evolve and be different every time. So, like on this new one, I used Dr. Evo produced half of it, and then Amplified produced the other half. And I have one song produced by my homie Chops, another song produced by Ray, and he's from Estonia, bro. So a lot of people don't realize how far
Please.
Estonia is.
Man, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah, yeah. Dude got talent, man. So I gave him a shot. I gave my boy Chops a shot, and they came through. They came through, and hopefully it helps their career, and they get more people asking for production from them. And Dr. Evil, I mean, he's produced for Snoop, Redman, uh, all kinds of people. Amplified produced for Snoop and the Dog Pound, and he co-produces with Battle Cat. So you know, it's a dope album, man. The songs on the album are all super dope on a West Coast tip. So we're trying to bring the West Coast back to that original sound.
Yeah, that definitely ties in with the name of the album too. It's
Yeah,
incredible. I love that, and you've just stayed solid for the whole time. I love how you stay true to your fans as well.
that's it, man. I think that's the best way to go.
If you had to pick three albums, you're stuck on an island somewhere, and you can only pick three albums to listen to. What are you taking?
Of mine,
Yeah, of yours.
oh, I would have to say All About Me, Expect the Unexpected, and man, probably my new one. You know, maybe I would sneak Pit Boston and Streets Are Calling in my back pocket.
I love Streets of
Yeah,
Calling.
yeah, man.
Another song I love too is, and the film clip's awesome, is Crazy Ass Mexicans. That's
Yeah,
man, Who does your
Right.
film clips and stuff?
Yeah, that's song I did with my homie Bad Boy from Clica 1
Yeah.
from Vegas, and produced by Javi Lopez. And I had another homie on there doing the hook. But yeah, that song was crazy, man. I like the way it came out. We filmed that throughout my neighborhood of Little Italy with all the lowriders and all that, you know. And then we shot some scenes in Chicano Park in Logan, another part of San Diego. So it came out good, man. I think it was good for back in that, those times. It wasn't. It took a whole day of filming because it's not like today where you go and you film for 1 hour. You had to go. You have a whole video, you know.
How does you feel? Has that impacted you a lot? You know, going from the era where there was cassettes, CDs, and now everything's like digital streaming. How do you bridge that gap? And was it a big one for you, or did you just?
Yeah, no, no, absolutely, bro. It was something new to learn, because when I first came out, we didn't have that. We didn't have social media. We didn't have internet. Um, it was strictly footwork, physical footwork, and we had to get distributors to send our records out throughout the world, you know, to get it to Japan, to get it to uh, Europe, to get it to Asia, to South America. It was a process, bro. It wasn't. Now you just hit a button and it's everywhere. It's around the world.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
it's bittersweet though because the sales, the comparison to sales physical copies and digital streaming. I mean, digital streaming we're getting paid 0.003%, and physical copies we were getting minimum $7 a piece when they bought in bulk. And when they bought a CD by itself, it'd be one for 15, two for 20. That was the hustle at the shows, you know? So big, big difference, especially with all this inflation and crazy shit that's going on. I mean, you know, $20 ain't $20.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it was a big transition and I'm still learning. I don't even have TikTok, bro. And a lot of people are like, you need to get it, that you're losing money. And I get it. It's just I'm still learning, bro. Um, I don't know if you noticed, I really don't post anything on my Instagram. I'm just not that type of dude, you know. And that's why I'm doing physical copies also. That's a hustle that I know, and hopefully it works. I know it's gonna work because a lot of people have been asking for it.
definitely. I think there's a lot of people who want to move back to that too. I think it's criminal what they pay for streams. That's like you said, 0.0. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, and Congress passed it to where it's gonna be a penny for each stream. So wow, we're gonna get a whole penny, for for each stream, which I mean,
Yeah,
just think about it. I mean, Snoop removed his whole catalog from Spotify because he streamed billions of streams and he only made like 40 or 50 grand, I think. So that's how ridiculous it is, you know?
yeah, that's crazy. Someone's making money, just not the
Yeah,
artist.
all the executives, bro, they're using our they're using our labor to make money, billions and millions of dollars, and they're giving us crumbs
Yeah,
for for what we're doing. We're bringing the talent. All they're doing is distributing, and I mean, it's crazy, bro. I could go
yeah,
on for days about that, and they're over there having billion-dollar salaries
yeah,
and buying mansions and yachts and shit, and we're over here left, with crumbs. Sucks.
yeah. It's crazy. That's why I always buy my music, no matter what.
Yeah.
So even if I am watching something online, I still buy it and put it on my iPod. I
Right.
got it in the car. I still love CDs.
Right. But it's so convenient for somebody just to stream it and
Yeah,
not download it or not buy it, and that's where it hurts us, the artists. because we don't see any of that unless, people are buying the music.
What else can we see from you in the next 12 months? You got the album coming out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
pre-order
it's pretty,
that.
yeah, it's pretty much gonna be that album, bro. I'm gonna be pushing it probably for about 6 months to a year. Um, there's gonna be about 5 or 6 videos to the album. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna go on a tour, uh, everywhere from Asia to Europe, South America, talking Chile, Peru, uh, Brazil, in Italy, Spain, Argentina, Japan. These are places that have been calling for shows. So now it's time to hit the road and take physical CDs, man, and do what we used to do 30
Definitely.
years ago. That hand-to-hand transaction, I think people like that, and being there and having me sign it and take pictures with me, I think it's what's gonna help me sell uh this album, and people are gonna be proud to buy it because they're gonna have that physical contact with me and be able to shake hands, take pictures, get an autograph. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I think people love that connection too. You need to come out to Australia, man, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean, you know what? It's crazy because I've been invited to Australia a few times. Um, I didn't have nothing to push, but now, um, I I don't even know if I have. I know I have a fan base in Australia. I just don't know how big it is.
Yeah, you definitely got fan base over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone I've told I was going to interview you, everyone's like, man, that's crazy. So
that's
yeah,
dope,
people
man.
know you out here.
That's what's up, man. Salute to Australia, and it's crazy because I go in, I look at this at the statistics on Spotify, and it narrows it down to one listener in certain parts of the world, and I mean from places I never heard of and I can't even pronounce
Yo,
to to Australia and Japan and China, Vietnam, you know, South Korea and South America, and people in Canada and in London, and it's crazy, bro. And then I see all the numbers, and they might be 30, 40 here, 100 here, 1,000 there, and it just adds up, and it's pretty cool, man, to know that the people around the world, not just here in the West Coast, are enjoying and relating to my music.
yeah, definitely, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like you said, all different countries. That's cool how you can
Yeah.
see it too. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I've always said this, and there's a difference between a rapper and an artist, you know. An artist obviously is heard around the world and known around the world. A rapper is just rapping. So
Yeah,
people got to make up their minds and see what they want to be.
that's pretty cool. I haven't heard that before. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I got one of your lines that I love too is elevate with every move you make, shadow the great, up and down the Golden State.
That's off of that about those locals verse.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know why that one sticks with me.
That's dope.
Your verse on
That's
there.
dope.
Is there anything we haven't covered that you wanted to cover?
No, man, just be ready for this album. Hope you guys like it. Once again, MrShadow.com, and that's MRSHADOW.com. And we're gonna it's gonna be a merch site also where you can purchase posters, you can purchase apparel. I'm gonna start making t-shirts and hoodies and beanies and all that. It's all coming, uh, I think within the month it'll all be up and running. The pre-order link is gonna be up in the next few days, so people can pre-order it and be some of the first to have the album and enjoy the album. And you know, like I said, it'll be autographed by me, physically autographed. It's not gonna be no machine just pressing it. No, it's gonna be me signing it physically. And I'm just trying to make it as special as possible for whoever supports the record and spreads the word, man. I can't wait to see what it does.
Yeah, me too. That's gonna be incredible, and definitely, if I'll be pre-ordering. And last, final question: what's the
Mhm.
message to the world from Mr. Shadow?
Message to the world, man. There's plenty of money for all of us. There's no need to be greedy. There's no need to be a hater. You know, live every day like it's your last. Tell your loved ones that you love them. If you have kids, be the best parents you could be to your kids, man. Love your kids, love your family. More than anything, you gotta love God. Put God in your life first, man. Everything else just plays out. So that's it, man.
Thank you, Mr. Shadow. That's an incredible message to finish on. Yeah,
Yes,
thanks for
sir.
coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Val. I'll keep in touch, and yeah, I'll let you know when it's out.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you, brother. Enjoy the rest of
All
your
right, brother.
evening.
Hey, you too, man. Be safe.
Catch you, man.